Hey you, what's good? It arrived. One of the most rarest PlayStation 3s in Europe. The first edition ever released publicly in Europe. Meaning that this console is very expensive. But I managed to snatch it from eBay for a decent price. Almost 300 euros, a little less, including import taxes and so on. So those two consoles right here, PlayStation 3s. Which one is which? I will tell you right now. This one here is the ordinary model, but not as ordinary. A few months back, I made a video about this console, telling you that this is one of the most modifiable PlayStation 3s you will ever find. This basically runs custom firmware, Evilant, I think. This will play every PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 game, well, ISOs and downloaded content. So, if you're a pirate, then this here is your man. This console's serial number is CECHC03 and it weighs 4 kilograms. This isn't the rare one, but the second one is. This one right here has some extra features. Card reader, and it also has this silver rim down here, kind of silvery rim, and it also has this glossy PlayStation 3 logo, it shines. And this one weighs 5 kilograms. It's very heavy and I was so surprised when I picked it up. I couldn't imagine what is inside this that weighs so much. This model, one of the rarest PlayStation 3 models in Europe, CECHC03. At launch, this model only had 60 gigabytes of space, so you could only download one patch for Call of Duty. So why did I buy it? Well, the reason is simple. Yes, I can pirate my PlayStation 2, 1 and 3 games on this device. No problem. But the problem is I have a lot of original DVDs that my console doesn't run. So every PlayStation 2 game I ever purchased, I can't play it. Simply because this console doesn't run it. So I had to track down the ultimate PlayStation 3 console. And this is it. Let's hook them up and put up some games. Okay, I will first start with putting up the old console. And let's see if it runs any of those games I'm about to show you. I have chosen Pirated Crash Bash, Ace Combat 4 for PlayStation 2, and Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance for PlayStation 2. All of those are basically pirated. So I'm going to test if those run on this 3, which basically shouldn't run any of those 2. And since it's not modified, it shouldn't run any. So let's see. For original games, I've chosen Metal Gear, of course, who wouldn't, for PlayStation 1, Chicken Run Original for PlayStation 1, Brotherhood of Steel for PlayStation 2, and Tony Hawk's American Wasteland for PlayStation 2. Let's run all those games on this console and see if those boot up or not. And after that, we're going to run those on this special European, very rare console. Let's do it right now. Okay, all the wires are hooked. Yes. And luckily, I have some wires here. Let's see if it connects now. I don't understand why it doesn't. Okay, let's try this first. Oh, okay. I'm here. That's me. So here is all my pirated games, you know, my downloaded content that works very well on this console. Crash Bash, pirated. Let's see if it boots up or not. Okay, this sound probably isn't good. It will not boot up. So this one doesn't work. Let's do Ace Combat. If that doesn't work, then Baldur's Gate isn't going to work anyways. Something happened.
A few moments later.
Okay, the classic black screen. I'm going to restart the console. It's not going to work. We are now going to test it with Metal Gear Solid. And let's see what happens. This is disc 2 of 2. The one should be... Oh, this one has special missions also. That's awesome. We are going to test PlayStation 1 original game. Okay, it recognized the disc. That's already good. We're making progress. And now one should not forget that this console, since it's running Evilant, it's already doing better graphics emulation for PlayStation 1 games. So this one already kind of upscales it. Perfect! The game runs! This is what we wanted to see. It runs PlayStation 1 original game with no problem. We're going to do another test with Chicken Run. This one is good. It runs.
Weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island.
Perfect. I'm going to eject the disc and we're going to put in original Chicken Run disc. Oh my god, someone has really jerked off to this cover. Let's see if it works. Quit game. Yes, I want to quit game. Okay, we have another PlayStation 1 formatted disc. Let's see if it works. Good news already. I think it's reading the disc. Beautiful, that's what we wanted to see. This one runs original PlayStation 1 games, but not pirated 1 games. So, we're now going to test out PlayStation 2 original games. Let's see if those work. Now, since I already know that those games are not going to work, I'm still going to try them out anyways. First up, Brotherhood of Steel. Original game for PlayStation 2. And this should be awesome. Read my fellow. PlayStation 2 format disc. And I will tell you what's going to happen now. Absolutely nothing. This black screen will stay here till the end of time. And that was the reason. That was the sole reason. I started to Google, why isn't it playing my original games? And I discovered that this version, this serial number, doesn't let me play my original PlayStation 2 games, which is insane! Thus, we shall move on to the special, most rarest PlayStation 3 ever made for Europe. As I'm now putting up the second PlayStation 3, the rare one, I need to mention that this guy who sold it to me also gave me this PlayStation 3 controller. Second knockoff PlayStation 3 controller. And also 2 wires for those old consoles because they run on very, very old sockets for USB. I don't know even what they're called. Anyways, let's boot it up. Oh my god. This also has custom firmware on it. Evilant. So this guy has already done the job. Let's see what's on it. Well, basically nothing. We'll quickly hook it up with another controller. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. There is something here already. Webman mod. But we don't care about those. The only thing we care about is seeing if it plays any. Let's test it out with Crash Bash, the pirated copy. Let's see if it does anything. Now those discs I burned like 20 years ago. So they probably don't work at all. And the sound already kind of clarifies it. Please take out the disc, the console screams. Let's boot up Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance DVD. Nothing happens. So it's confirmed. Pirated discs don't run on this because the console isn't modified. Even though it runs on custom firmware, it doesn't matter. Let's test it out with Chicken Run. I will delicately open it. If it runs Chicken Run, that already means that Metal Gear will also work, so I'm not even worried about that. Mucho gusto. We can confirm that this runs PlayStation 1 original games. So, nothing to complain about here. We can test it out. The main event right now. The main event now is to see if any of those PlayStation 2 originals will run on this fancy console. Let's see. Please work. This was the only reason I actually bought this console. So it should run my PlayStation 2 original games, which I have many. I've bought them over the years, collected them. Now I sometimes want to play them without pirating them. PlayStation 2, formatted disc. Let's press X. Please work. What the hell happened? The console switched off. Okay, the console switched off. That's not good at all. What happened? Why did it do that? I'm confused. And it doesn't turn on. Oh, okay, it did. What the heck happened now? I'm so confused at the moment. Okay, PlayStation 2 format disc. What happened before? I hope it doesn't switch off again. It did. Why is this happening? I will switch the camera off at the moment and try to figure this out. Okay, it's been approximately 20 minutes. I've been messing with this console. I mentioned earlier that there is 2 terabytes here. It's actually 1, so my mistake. It was 1 terabyte of space, new HDD. But the problem is every time I put my PlayStation 2 original disc into this console, the console will switch off. Basically, it will totally turn off. I can show you this once more. And I've Googled. There are a few reasons why it should do this. Some people are telling me that maybe those are some capacitors that need to be changed out. Some people are actually calling that it might be a problem with the hard drive itself. So this isn't supported for this original hard drive. Some people are telling me in forums that fan speed needs to be regulated under 40% or something. The thing is that this console should run everything backwards compatible 100% at stock. So basically default settings. And it doesn't. Every time I enter PlayStation 2 game, see, I put it in. That's what she said. And now I will just wait until the game boots on. See, game is here. And now the console switches off all on its own. So, I mean, I'm baffled at the moment. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Should I buy a new hard drive? Should I reinstall the original firmware on it, not the Evilant version that I have now? What's the thing here? Because this console should run every PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 game by default. Yeah, so this is the situation I'm in at the moment. I was so happy prior to making this video, but now it seems that I have another challenge ahead of me. I will keep you posted. Thanks.